In the last two videos, we talked about phase 1 and phase 2 of spiritual growth. That for most of us, we begin our spiritual lives with the theme of God loves us and has wonderful plans for our lives. In phase 2, we experience difficulties, and then God's help becomes the theme as we overcome those difficulties in our life. And honestly, that's where we spend most of our lives, is in phase 2. However, we do move into phase 3 when things have become overwhelmingly difficult. And so the theme of phase 3, we move from God's plans to God's help, and eventually to God helping us to find meaning in the midst of our suffering. So examples of phase 3 might be a situation when a medical condition is chronic and it's not going away, or when a marriage has ended and the fight is over and it's just happened and we're at the end of that time. When a career ends, a person is considered terminal and turned over to hospice care, or after a loved one has died. These are examples of phase 3. So think for yourself. Is there a time that you've been in that phase 3 where you're no longer trying to fight to get over a difficulty, but you're in the midst of suffering and trying to make sense of what's going on and find that meaning in the midst of your suffering?